One sat smiling with coffee in his hand, the other crying, bruised, terrified. Was it luck, a mistake, or something much deeper? What you're about to see is not fiction. These are real events, and they'll change how you see justice forever. In 2012, police in Los Angeles were investigating a shocking case. A man had been murdered, and his body was found chopped up in Griffith Park. His roommate, Gabriel Campos Martinez, became the prime suspect. But the LAPD didn't beat him or shout at him. Instead, they offered him coffee, talked in a friendly tone, and let him speak freely. This method is called rapport building, and it's used by trained US detectives. They believe that being respectful and patient makes people talk more openly. And it worked. Gabriel messed up while telling his story. The small mistakes in his words helped police prove he was guilty. But even in the US, things aren't always perfect. In 2008, in New York, a man named Adrian Thomas was brought in after his baby died suddenly. Police questioned him for almost 10 hours straight. They told him he was going to jail forever unless he confessed. Under pressure, Adrian said he did it. But that confession wasn't true. The whole interrogation was recorded, and later a court saw how unfair it was. Adrian's conviction was thrown out, and he was released. In America, suspects have rights, like staying silent, asking for a lawyer, and not being forced to confess. And if police break those rules, the courts can fix it. Now let's look at what happens in Russia. These are real cases, and they're terrifying. Sergei was a young man accused of stealing. He was taken to a police station in Kazan, Russia. But instead of asking questions calmly, the police beat him badly. Sergei later died in the hospital. People protested in the streets, but most of the officers kept their jobs. There was no real justice. In the Ural region of Russia, 2 teenage boys and 1 girl were picked up by police. They were accused of theft. The police didn't ask questions. They used violence. One boy was beaten until he fainted. Another was told to dig his own grave. Scared and in pain, they confessed, but it turned out they were innocent. A 26-year-old woman joined a peaceful protest in Moscow. When police arrested her, she asked for her rights. Instead, they laughed, insulted her, and beat her for hours. They called her an enemy of Russia. On the other hand, sometimes it feels better when we look at the Russian way. Here, we can see how Americans treated terrorists responsible for killing dozens of people, and how brutally the Russians dealt with those same kinds of terrorists. These stories show just how big the gap is between American and Russian interrogations. Which one do you think is better? Let us know in the comments. And if this shocked you, hit the like button and subscribe.